Hey guys, welcome to Muscle Memory. My name's Malcolm. Now, this is the most impressive man I think I've ever seen in my entire life. He's gone to Harvard. He's been on reality television. He's been the WWE, a tag team champion twice, once with John Cena. He's been in Medea movies, She-Hulk, everything this guy has done. Now he has a YouTube channel. He's talking about WWE and certain legal cases around the company and the industry itself. David Otunga, how are you?
Man, I'm fantastic. Hey, thank you for that introduction. That was awesome.
Of
It's
course.
kind of weird hearing that stuff like, wait, yeah, that guy sounds cool. Wait, you're talking about me? Ah,
I mean, if you look
thank
at the
you.
background, I mean, we can tell. I mean, there's some muscle fitness up there in the top right corner. Like, we see everything. You're doing a lot of things in your life, man. You've done
I'm
so
glad
much.
I'm glad you caught that. I'm really proud of that. That's still
Of
my
course.
screensaver on my phone, believe it or not.
Nothing wrong with it. I think some people would say if you have yourself as your screensaver on your phone, that can be like conceited. But if you're on the cover of Muscle and Fitness, it's allowed. It's a pass.
Well, yeah, thank you. And it's a reminder to myself of where I came from. Because like how I started even in fitness was always dreaming about being on Muscle and Fitness and seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I mean, I used to get picked on and stuff for my body image. And then, or yeah, anyway, I ended up getting into working out and then achieving that Muscle and Fitness cover. I mean, that means a lot to me. Some people might be like, oh, it'd be better to be on I don't know, a more mainstream magazine. But to me, it doesn't get any bigger than that or more mainstream.
Oh no, Muscle Fitness is huge. No, don't let anyone take that accomplishment away. That is
Yeah,
massive. Now,
thank you.
I got to start you off with a great question. So you passed a bar exam and a WWE tryout. How many WWE superstars could pass a bar exam, and how many lawyers could pass a WWE tryout?
Only one.
Only
And you're
one.
you're looking at him. You're looking at him.
Who do you think could be like the second place up? There has to be someone that's like possibly can get like a C plus on the bar.
Nowinski. That's because he also went to Harvard. I mean, come on.
Smart
And
guys.
he didn't go to law school though, so he might have a tough time, but he could get by probably.
I love seeing this like resurgence that you have now on YouTube as far as like making your YouTube channel. See everyone talking about you. We're gonna talk about that theme song also in a little bit because that's something that just lives in everyone's core memory if you're a pro wrestling fan. But what led you to starting this YouTube channel?
Honestly, it was the Raja Jackson situation.
Yeah.
I was just, reading through the headlines, watching different people's videos, and it was interesting for me because you would have like the people who know wrestling, they don't really understand the law or have any idea what's going on here. And then you have the lawyers who understand the law, but they're weighing in, they have no idea what the wrestling terms are. They don't know what a receipt is. So people are confused. And so then I decided to make a video breaking it down and bringing both sides together. Because also, this was the perfect intersection for me, law and wrestling. When has there ever been a more perfect case for this?
Right.
So I just, made one video and it took off and it got a great reaction. So that I started making follow-ups and then people were, were telling me they really liked it. Like I should, look into this. I said, yeah, you know what? It's kind of fun. So I started leaning into it, made a couple more.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it's blowing up. I'm getting requests left and right for podcasts. Here I am sitting here talking to you. And
Yeah.
so now I've decided, hey, I think I'm going to become a little content creator. I'm actually going to take this serious.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Yeah, I've been having a great time with it. The YouTube subscriptions are growing. I just started, but hey, they're there. And I appreciate everybody who's following me at David Otunga, DD Otunga on YouTube. Go check it out.
Absolutely. Everyone's going to subscribe. Top link in the
Please.
comments, in the description, of course. Now, talking about your channel, obviously, there's been a big situation across wrestling, internet, web, whatnot, of Andrade and talking about his no compete clause and whatnot. Recently, it popped up that Samantha Irvin also has like a 2 year no compete. Have you seen that? And what's your thoughts about that?
Now, I haven't seen that. The Samantha Irvin one is interesting. I heard about that earlier today. So I wonder, I don't know the details behind her not working with the company anymore. I don't know if she was terminated. I don't know if she requested her release. I don't know what's going on. But I mean, if she has a 2 year one, maybe she had 2 years left on her contract, requested some type of release, and they're granting it to her, but not so much. Basically, meaning she's still on the payroll for 2 years, but they're telling her, don't come to work and you can't work anywhere else. I could see that because otherwise, like I've looked at the WWE contracts. I went back through my own,
Yeah.
and the 1 year non-compete has been in that contract back so far as to 2017. I know for sure. I was reading through that contract. But the thing of it is, even that 1 year non-compete, that might not be legal. And I'll tell you why. Like you can't prevent somebody from making a living in their given trade. That's a contract doctrine called restraint of trade. You
Yeah.
cannot prevent somebody from earning money in a legal business fashion to make money to support themselves in their given trade. That is what's happening to Andrade. Non-compete clauses are not designed for that. So I don't think that thing could even stand up. Now, the difference would be if they were paying Andrade, that would mean he was being compensated in some way, then it would be legal. And if I could bring this down to you
Yeah.
even more simply,
Yeah.
this is the way it is. All right. WWE insists that its performers are independent contractors, right?
Yeah.
However, they treat them like employees
Yes.
because non-compete clauses stem from employment law, and employers use non-compete clauses on their employees. But independent contractors are not considered employees. So it's got to be one way or the other. And the fact that WWE considers their wrestlers independent contractors, it kind of contradicts their whole non-compete clause. I just dismantled their entire legal structure in 30 seconds there for you. Sorry,
Wow.
WWE.
Wow, this guy's smart. Yeah, I see like what he got into Harvard. You see that? Like that was real. That was real educated. I love it. I love
Thank
it.
you.
I
Thank you.
definitely see why you fit so well in this market of like wrestling and law because like no one can understand it. Lawyers are not going to understand pro wrestling terms, and
Right.
a lot of wrestlers aren't going to understand legalese because like it's just stuff that is not in their wheelhouse of understanding, and that's totally okay. But you having that YouTube channel makes perfect sense. Now, I want to take a deep dive into your career. A couple big moments, of course. The Nexus debut. That was
Mhm.
honestly one of the biggest debuts for me. I was 10 years old when it happened. I'm 26 now. Watching it, I was like, did you just beat up my childhood hero, John Cena? I hate these guys, especially you. I was like, yo, what is going on? I love this guy on NXT, and now he's beating up my childhood hero, John Cena, on Raw. I hated it so much. But going back in like the moments right before you guys hit the ring, before you jump into the actual arena itself, what was going through your mind as far as like, all right, we're about to make probably one of the most impactful debuts, faction debuts in pro wrestling history.
Well, first of all, that was the furthest thing from our mind. We had no idea how impactful this was going to be. In fact, we were pretty sure we were getting fired that day. And
Oh,
even then, when we did it, they told us if this doesn't go like we want it, if this doesn't look like Vince wants it, you all are fired.
oh,
So we were nervous even after we came in the back. Like we were nervous, like, hey, was that good enough?
yeah.
But we came back to a standing ovation. So figured we'd at least have another week, another week's run of this. But yeah, like honestly, because we were in NXT and guys were getting voted off,
Yeah.
and the whole premise of the show was whoever wins that gets a WWE contract.
Yeah.
And then that's it. For the rest of the guys, you're either back to developmental or fired because then you've now had your shot to make the main roster and you didn't. So we were all pretty nervous. They called all of us to TV that day. And so we knew there was something up if they got all of us here. And it was weird because nobody would talk to us the whole day. We didn't know what we were doing, why we were there, if this was a
Oh,
rib. And then it might have been like 30 minutes before the show, maybe less. And they called us into Vince's office, and it was just Vince and Michael Hayes. And they pulled out these armbands and gave them to us and told us what they wanted us to do. Vince described it as we should look like wild animals or like a pack of dogs and just tearing everything up. That's what he said, wreak havoc, destroy the ring. They're gonna have box cutters for us, tools, whatever, but tear the place up, leave nobody standing. And that's what we did.
yeah, yeah, clearly it worked. I mean, you guys are at that time one of the biggest factions in wrestling. And obviously, leading into that SummerSlam, things didn't go necessarily your guys' way. When did you find out that you guys weren't winning that match at SummerSlam? So I know it's a very infamous story in pro wrestling that Cena had the match changed so that way his team would win, and especially him, getting the win over you guys. When did you find out that you guys weren't going to win that match?
I found out not too long before we went out for the match. And so, like, all day, it had been us going over. And then by the time it came down to go over the match one last time and you just really talk about how things were to go, the finish had changed.
Oh,
And obviously, none of us were happy about that. We were confused. Like, wait, really? Because this isn't this isn't what was supposed to happen, earlier. Oh, and then they told us though that they were also making it the main event. And so
oh,
we were going to be in the main event,
yeah,
which was news to us. But the reason was this: they said it was the hottest angle, which it was. That made sense.
yes,
And
yes,
the last, I don't know if it was SmackDown, whatever the TV taping was, right before that where we had the standoff in the ring.
Yeah.
I remember the guys there talking about they don't remember a louder ovation anywhere or just a louder crowd reaction than
Yeah.
that. So clearly this needed to be the main event. So it was the main event, and then now they changed the ending. And there one rumor floating around was that Vince decided he wanted to send the people home happy. Yeah, maybe, but also the Nexus was Vince's creation, his baby. Like we
Yeah.
we were his pack of wild dogs out there. And I mean, we know Cena asked to go over or however that went. We know he had a partner. So this is not a rumor. I was there. I lived this. I was tag team partners with John Cena. Great guy. But we are telling you the truth. Okay? We are telling you the truth.
Oh, oh, John. Why would you do that, John? Was there any like awkward tension between you guys and John Cena afterwards?
Always. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course. Hey, why do you think they never brought the Nexus back? Why do
Uh,
you think they never released the Nexus documentary? John Cena still has a lot of pull there.
oh. Wait, so there was a Nexus documentary that was made.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We
Okay.
recorded
Okay.
that.
I
We
saw like
recorded
a
that,
few
and it was
screenshots of
oh
that. I
yeah,
didn't
it
know.
was completed, and then it ended up like they just finished it. I talked to the guy, one of the producers, um, and literally like the next day, 2 days later, he got fired. They all got fired. They got let go in COVID.
Oh.
But I had just talked to him, and man, this guy was telling me he was like, "Yo, the documentary was so good." He's like, "It was long, but they made us edit it down." He said he spent a whole day like doing this, got it to where they wanted it. He was telling me how fired my part was. He told me my interview was so good, they were saving me for last. I know I smoked it. I'll be honest
There you
with you,
go.
but I was just happy that
Yeah.
they appreciated it too. They put me on last. I was the main event of the documentary, if you will. But anyway, now it's not going to see the light of day. I think
Oh.
we should figure out how to get that. But it's completed. The guy told me it's completed.
Oh, I need to see it. Oh man, now I feel like I've lost something because now I didn't even realize that it was actually completed. I saw screenshots
Yeah.
about it, but I didn't realize it was a real thing. Oh my gosh, now got this empty feeling now. I need to see it. Now, no, when you became tag team champion with John Cena, obviously it only lasted 1 day, but what was it like teaming with Cena and you guys actually getting the titles?
See, it probably wasn't as joyous of a moment as people would think, like winning your first tag team title,
Yeah.
because I understood the storyline and where we were going, where, as Nexus, we now have John Cena as one of our members. We're kind of pushing him around. So we win the titles, but then I knew I was going to lose it the next day. And so it's more like I was part of the story. And don't get me wrong, it's an amazing accomplishment. Still, yeah, I'm very proud of it.
Yeah.
But just personally, I didn't feel like I'd earned it yet. Like I was going to have a championship run. Like the company trusted me to hold a title and run. I mean, I just got there. I was as green as grass. But it was awesome to be in there, with John Cena and in this spot. Don't get me wrong. So it was special for that. But in a way, the second reign was kind of more satisfying to myself because just to me personally, it just felt more legitimate.
Absolutely. It was you, Michael McGillicuddy. You held it for 91 days, defending against the Usos at one point. Do you remember that match and teaming against the Usos? Like, what was that like working with Jimmy and Jay? Just given how big the stars they are right now.
Oh, I mean, we're really tight. Like we started in FCW at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I'm so good at friends with them, I forget which one's Jimmy and Jay because I know their real names, John and Josh. And I have to think, okay, wait, Josh, which was? Oh no, no, he's Jay.
Yeah.
Okay, I forget. But anyway, no, I mean they're two of the most talented individuals we have. I said it back then. They're my favorite tag team. I think they might be the best tag team of all time when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're twins. They know what each other's thinking, but they're so good in the ring. They're
Yeah.
so good. They're so smooth. They're so confident, comfortable. I mean, they help me, clearly. But yeah, man, it was just fun and easy working with them. I didn't really feel as much pressure as I normally did, so
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Did you ever hear this say yeet backstage? Like, was this a thing before it became like a real thing in WWE?
I don't know, man.
You
It
know?
might have been not when I was there. I think that's new.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, also looking at your career, I mean, I feel like the entire time that you're with WWE, you were constantly working with the biggest stars. I mean, you were working with Randy Orton. You guys had a Miracle on 34th Street fight. Randy ate a cookie, said ho ho ho, and he hit you with the cookie sheet. Do you remember that match? What was it like working with Randy?
Yeah.
Because that's a huge match. It has like I think 50 million views, 30 million views on YouTube. It's doing very well.
And every year people pull that up. That's like one of their favorites. Almost like Mariah Carey over here
I was just about to
in
say that
Christmas
too. Yeah.
catalog. I'm happy I have one that comes up every year. But yeah, I remember that match, and it was awesome. I love working with Randy Orton. It's always really cool with Randy, and he's creative, and I love like he let me suplex him like outside of the ring that match, which was big for me.
Yeah.
But it was cool because it wasn't really planned, and I trust Randy, and know what he's doing, and he took care of me, and everything just looked great. Like it was fun. It was what it was supposed to be. Randy delivered. I thought I sold well here, from people. That's all I could do. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It's a very, very memorable match for me.
Was there ever a conversation about you getting like a singles title? Because, seeing like you worked with so many big stars at the time, like you were constantly working around guys that were always in title scenes. Was there ever a conversation about you becoming like a US champion or Intercontinental champion?
Yes, there was. And the thing of it is like they would have these conversations, but never with me. And then like I would find out like from the agents. I I remember, but hold on, before I get into this story.
Okay.
Yes, there was definitely a conversation. I was supposed to win the US title from Santino at one point. Right, yeah, and I don't know what happened with it, but went another direction or something, whatever. But I remember one time, like JB Noble, good guy, right?
Yeah.
He used to give me crap all the time just because I was greed and just I was new, so he would just give me crap all the time. But then I remember literally like one day, he's telling me whatever, whatever, whatever. The next day, he comes out of the meeting. "Wow, all right, Otunga, we got to come up with a new finisher for you." And I'm like, "What?" And all of a sudden, he's all interested in me. I'm like, "What's this about?" He's like, "No, you're about to be a top guy." Yeah, no, I heard it. Just this, it is what it is. This is a Vince call. You're gonna be a top guy. And like he was kind of mad about it, but he was telling me this, and I was like, "Oh, all right." And so then, and to prove I'm not making this up,
Yeah.
we tested a couple different ones out, and I used Finley was there and suggested I use the Kryptonite Crunch,
Okay.
which I'm gonna get to this. I almost spoiled it.
Okay.
So I had a match against Santino. I think it
Yeah.
was on Superstars, and I used that as the finish. I went over. It looked great. I got in the back, and Jamie Noble comes over to me because he was the agent. And I said, "How'd I do?" He goes, "Man, it looked like $1 billion. Looked like you killed him, but you can't use that anymore." And I was like, "What?" Yeah. Sheamus got upset because he said it's an Irish thing and he'd like to now start using it. After that, Sheamus comes out with white noise a week or two later. Boy, I was heated. But
Oh,
so there is a video of me using it. So I'm not making this up. And
yeah.
that's also why you never saw me use it again.
Oh man, nah, that would have been perfect too, because he doesn't really use it that often anymore. It's kind of like if it was like a finisher at one point, it kind of turns to like a signature move almost.
That's why I
Oh
feel
man,
like Sheamus was dirty to do that because I really could have used it then.
yeah.
He didn't need it, but just well, it's
Nah.
what it is. But Sheamus is my guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Shout
for
out to
sure.
him. Although Shamo, you were dirty for that. You were.
You hate to see it now. I want to talk about that theme song. Oh my gosh. If anyone's played WWE 13, we know it's the loading screen, but we also know it was your theme song as well. Originally, Justin Gabriel wants to use that theme song before you did. When you first heard this theme song, what was your thoughts about it? What was your opinion? I feel like everyone that likes wrestling knows this theme song. What was your opinion on it the first time you ever heard it?
Well, let me set this up.
Yeah.
So I was out at the ring. This was around the time I think Jamie Noble told me I was about to be a top guy. They rebranded me. I could do Kryptonite Crunch, and then I couldn't. Hey, Otunga, what do you think of this? And they show like the backdrop that I ended up using. It was like blue, red, whatever.
Yeah.
Here's your new theme song. I played it. And so what did I think when I first heard it? I thought, why are you giving me Justin Gabriel's song? Because he just had this. And he
Yeah.
had it for about 2 weeks, maybe. But
Yeah.
he had it, and I knew it was his. And then they're like, "Oh no, Gabriel's got something different now." They're like, "Do you like it?" Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do. And then it grew on me too because well, the thing of it was that they explained it's more fitting for me. Like if you
Yeah.
listen to the lyrics, I said, yeah, I agree with that. But it threw me off at first, and then now it became mine, and people associate me with that. And that's kind of like an Easter egg that yeah, well, initially it was Justin Gabriel's.
Absolutely. Now, not gonna take up too much of your time, but I have a few more questions for you because your career for me was something watching, wrestling growing up as a black fan. I didn't see too many black wrestlers. It was only you, Kofi, Mark, MVP, maybe Shelton as well. So just looking at what you've done so far in your career, I'm very impressed by it. Huge fan of yours, by the way. I gotta ask, you're a bodybuilder. That means you love eating white rice, chicken breasts, and probably steamed broccoli. I'm a powerlifter, so I eat your entire calories for breakfast. What does your cheat meal look like?
Um, It depends. Like it depends on how strict like I am right then. So my son is a basketball player
Okay.
and he's even more strict on his diet than I am. Like I created a monster. And so we'll have our cheat meals together. And if we're going really strict, it'll be like chicken wings or something. Like we love chicken wings. We're big on that. Different sauces. Got to have the blue cheese. But
Okay.
then if I'm really gonna have a cheat, we just had one not too long ago. I ordered Mrs. Fields cookies. I ordered us like two of everything on the menu. Got the cookie cakes.
Yeah.
I love frosting. And then like I'll order a birthday cake just cause. And then we'll eat it just cause I like birthday cake. But like when I cheat, like I'll have all of it like at once, a ton of sugar. So then I'm like sick of it and I don't eat it anymore. But also I schedule it for when my body feels like I need it. Because
Yeah.
normally I don't really eat sugar and I'm okay with it. But then there's certain times, you want to enjoy and yeah. So Mrs. Fields cookies and birthday cake is probably my favorite.
Are we done seeing you wrestling? Are you ever going to get back in the ring one day? I feel like it's a question you probably always ask, but I have to ask you as well. Like, are we ever going to see you get back in that wrestling ring one day?
I don't know. I mean, I never officially retired. I just haven't wrestled in a long time. And to go back to something you were saying, that I agree with is when I was growing up, there weren't that many black wrestlers, and the black wrestlers there were, they weren't always in the spots I felt like they should be. One of them who was Ron Simmons, who was one of my idols, and so I based the verdict off of that, the Farouk Slam. But that being said, when I was in WWE it got to the point like when I left, I now first of all I left because of my son's mother at the time. There's just some family stuff going on, and I needed to put my career needed to take a back seat at the time, and so it was just the right move. But however, also it wasn't giving me they weren't giving me where I thought my character should go. So like if I'm going to devote that much time and I have to literally choose between my family and my career, it needs to be what I want and what I dreamt of it being, not being stuck in the mid card, not we might give you a push, we're going to take it away, not we're going to give you this finisher, but give it to Sheamus because he whines about it, throws a tantrum and says it's Irish. Like you got to give me more respect than that. And that's the thing, and that's the other thing too. I remember telling them this also, is that listen, you guys have me losing quite a bit. I know there's a part of that as a heel, but there's nothing about me in my life that says loser. I don't know
No.
any losers. Now I got a Harvard Law degree. I've succeeded everywhere I've gone. I even succeeded in WWE. I
Yeah.
didn't succeed as far as what I thought I should, but we're not really fighting in there, man. So it's somebody else is writing this story. I can't go complain if I'm in power and they write my character out. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
there's nothing I can do. But you just give your best performance in that role. So that being said, am I done wrestling? No, I wouldn't say that. I never said I retired, but yeah, I'd wrestle again, but I want it to mean something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
otherwise, I'm good. I've already been there. I did it. I accomplished it. I got other things I'm trying to accomplish as well. I'll always be a fan, always be a part of it. But do I miss it? Yeah, I miss a lot of it. I would love to be back doing it. If
Yeah.
it made sense and I was handled like I should be handled.
Would you want that role to be inside of like WWE or maybe like somewhere else? Would you be okay wrestling in a different company?
Yeah, whoever's gonna handle me the right way.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I see you also doing commentary from Fourth Rope.
Yep, yep, yep.
Possibilities. Is there a
Hey,
possibility?
you never know. You never know. They're treating
Absolutely.
me right so far.
There have been. There have been. What's it like doing commentary for West Side Guns promotion?
Oh, it's been awesome because there's so much freedom
Yeah.
as compared and when you're doing WWE commentary, you got a lot going on. Like
Yeah.
people think it's easy. It is not. I'm not up there just saying whatever I want to say. No, 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 no. There's people in your ear. There's a storyline you got to say. I got to get this over. There's traffic. Like it's stressful. But with Fourth Rope, literally, they're like, "Hey, we trust you. Get out there, have fun," and that's what we do. And it's a blast.
Absolutely. Now, I only have one last question for you, David. The question I need to know. I feel like you've been to this place before. There's at least two locations in the state of not state of Chicago, state of Illinois. David Otunga, what is your Waffle House order?
I usually get the steak and eggs.
Okay, that
Yeah,
makes
I,
sense.
I
I can
always
see that.
go, I always go protein, and you can't really mess that up.
Yeah.
I mean, they can overcook the steak a little bit, but hey, it's Waffle House. I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. And then just eggs. Yeah.
Okay. Has the
All
Nexus ever been to
maybe
Waffle House
some maybe
together?
some sorry?
Has the Nexus ever been to Waffle House together?
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we used to go to IHOP or Denny's, Waffle House, whatever was around. But yeah,
IHOP. Yuck. Yuck.
whatever's 24 hours.
How much would the bill be? This is my final question. How much would the bill be for the Nexus when they went to Waffle House? How much, like, if you
Oh,
could do the math in your head, how much would that cost?
easily I'm spending $50. Like easy, and that's a lot at Waffle House.
Yeah.
But that's easy because I'm gonna get also probably an omelet on the side or something like that. So I mean, there'd probably be four of us in a car. Yeah, you're looking at 300, I
Ooh,
don't know about 400, but 300 easy. Yeah.
wow. I'm
Ryback is with us. Yeah, it'll be 400.
that was a big boy. That was a big boy. I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah.
I understand. David, thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. For me, growing up and watching you, I applied to like a law program in high school because of watching you at WWE. I was a part of that for a while. I didn't want to be a lawyer. I just wanted to be like David Otunga, to be honest. But seeing what you've done with your career and what you've done outside of it as well, I'm happy to see that you're on YouTube and doing what you're doing. Where can they find you on social media if they're not already following you?
You can find me at David Otunga on Instagram, X, and then on YouTube. That's where you really need to find me. It's just look up David Otunga, but the channel is at DD Otunga.
Guys,
That's
there it
it.
is. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, David. Guys, my name is Malcolm. This is Muscle Memory, and we're out.
We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. Ay.